Previously on Balls.
Hi, it's Darren and Simon and Knox at Balls Radio. How's it going?
Hey, how's it, Darren? Good, man.
Are you doing good?
Yeah, not too bad.
It's been a while since we spoke. Last time during the World Cup, you were giving us when you were giving us a little bit of inside bits and pieces on the Portuguese team.
Yeah.
Now things have changed, and there's a nice ding-dong battle going at the top of the PSL, which is great for our PSL football to see the big names at the top of the table.
It's always healthy for the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see what the next 6 months will do.
All right, just your thoughts on the Soweto derby first of all, before we look ahead and get into the Christmas period.
I don't think it was football-wise. I don't think it was fantastic, but I think the whole razzmatazz and the hype leading up to it and the excitement of the game, I think it was great. I don't think the pitch was fantastic either, as you know, with the Lady Gaga concert didn't help too much, but I think they tried their best, and I think the teams did pretty well. You know, it was end-to-end stuff, but it wasn't the best sort of the best football. But it was exciting. You know, it could have gone either way. So I think that's what the fans want to see, really.
Do they consult you guys before? You know, the Soweto derby is one of the 3 biggest derbies in the world, football-wise. This one has gone out to a global audience. I think there were 19 other countries taking this game as well. I mean, do the guys speak to you before and say, listen, we've got a big concert with Lady Gaga, who, you know, neither here nor there, from a South African point of view, the Soweto derby is more important?
Yeah, I think more important to the people who run the stadium is the revenue, isn't it? So
absolutely.
They're going to try and do their best to keep the stadium alive, and in all these stadiums around the country, as you can imagine.
Yeah, no word with you guys.
Survive. Yeah, they kind of told us. We were aware of it. We did approach them about a month before to say, listen, we are aware that you got a big concert prior to the big derby. So, they told us they've learned from their mistakes, and they will make sure they adapt, and they've got the experts to come in and make sure that it's fine.
Yeah.
It looked fine. It looked fine from a distance, but
I'm looking. It's on the TV now, and looks great.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah. The underfooting was very, very slippery, and when the guys took off, you know, that first step, and it gives away 5, 6, 7 centimeters. You know, it's not the same.
Yeah.
You know, you lose your footing straight away, so it is difficult. But I think credit to the players. I don't think they complained too much. They gave it their best, and you know, there weren't any players sort of blaming the pitch. You know, and even though there were some mistakes made on that area of the pitch. But it goes on, and hopefully the next one will be a nice cross pitch.
There we go. I mean, there's some comments going, now suddenly it's also a global audience, and we're showcasing, you know, the 2 top sides in South African football. Some people are saying now they should have given a bit more in the last few minutes of the game to try and win the match, with a view to this audience that's this new audience that's being exposed. People are saying now the 2 sides both decided at some point that they would settle for a 1-1 draw. I mean, is that true? Is that accurate?
I don't think so. If you watch the game, and you're watching it now, from what I hear, you'll see that the last 5 minutes, I think there were 2 opportunities for either side. Probably the best opportunities, and that obviously came from mistakes, fatigue, the whole hype. As you know, it takes a lot out of the players, and I don't think either side played not to lose. I must say, I thought we started pretty well and went 1-0, and we could have been 2 or 3, and they came back pretty well. We were more cagey in the second half, there's no doubt. We played on a Wednesday, you know, before the Saturday, quite a difficult game in Cape Town under wet conditions. So the legs were going to go at some stage, but I still think both teams tried to win it at the end.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was a draw and there's still a lot to play for, I mean, we're not even halfway yet, so there's a lot of the league still to play, a lot of points to play for. So, you know, it wasn't a cup final as such. It was still a league match.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people are saying an opportunity, you know, boys draw level as we get into the Christmas period as well. Then there's that big break for the AFCON to happen as well. How far ahead do you look into your schedule, and do you sort of identify key periods where you guys, or do you just take it one game at a time?
No, look, obviously right now we're hands-on on the next 2 games, you know, tomorrow night and Wednesday in Durban against Arrows to finish off the year. Have a bit of a breather, come back early Jan, and preparing for the final stretch. Our final stretch is going to be a little bit more complicated with the African campaign that we've got to go into. So we're actually looking at it this week already to see, because the fixtures came out, and where we can fit them in, and how we're going to arrange our travelling arrangements to fit in possibly an extra 6 games in the second half of the season, with a lot of travelling into Africa, which, as you know, can be very taxing and also a long time as well, because sometimes to get to the Congo, you sometimes catch 3 flights.
That's crazy.
It becomes difficult. Yeah, it is a crazy tournament, and we're going to be all over the place, and then trying to get home to play an important league match.
Yeah. And when you
we are looking ahead and looking at fixtures leading right up till May, June.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get that far. But yeah, we've got to be positive and think that we're going to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talk about those 3 flights to get to Congo. When you get there, it's not exactly the red carpet that gets rolled out for you either, is it?
Absolutely. It's very much a mental test more than a football test. I keep telling the guys that you need to take the players that are prepared to go to war, not just play football. And you got to get guys that are going to go and switch off when they get on the flight, put on the music, block everything away, and just wait for the match to start. And don't pay too much attention to the match officials either, and get a result and get out and come home. That's the way to do it in Africa, really.
Yeah. Canox?
Coach, I just want to find out, have you got any injury concerns going to this PE clash?
To the derby, the miracle room empties out pretty quickly, as you can imagine. So the doctor and the physio are sort of left doing nothing, during that week. So yeah, unfortunately, nobody really picked up any major knocks in the derby. Even at times it was quite physical as expected, but there was nothing malicious. So everybody's pretty good. Everybody's ready. There's 1 or 2 guys that are not 100% match fit, but they need game time. And so yeah, it looks pretty good. We had to leave a couple of guys back home that were ready to play, but hopefully on Wednesday, if we do need them, they'll be available.
Fantastic. Well, you got the KZN sweep as far as your teams go. Good luck for that, and also just sort of longer term, have a really good Christmas, and good luck through that period as well. Roger, thanks for chatting to us and giving us your time this afternoon.
Always a pleasure to you guys, and I hope you guys have a great Christmas and New Year, and for all the listeners, drive safely, and all the best.
Thanks a lot, Rog. Cheers, bud.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. There we go, Roger Desar joining us.
This is Balls Visual Radio. Darren, Simon, Kate and John. Weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central African Time. Balls.co.za